today because we know, unlike what the media have told us, that the siege on Gaza has not ended. There are still airwaves on Gaza, and there are still impositions put on Gaza through the sea. We know, unlike what the media tells us, that children are being arrested and put into Israeli prisons. We know that 40 Palestinian parliamentarians have been put into Israeli prisons. This is the biggest insult to democracy, yet we preach democracy to Hamas. So we should be ashamed of ourselves when we start talking about this. Let's not get divided about who we support, which political party we support. Let's not get divided about whether we want a one-state solution or a two-state solution. Because the minute we stop looking united, the minute we look like we're tired of everything, the Israeli propaganda machines and the pro-Israeli lobbies will attack us in their forces. Because this is what they have been doing. But since January and February, we should all be so proud. Because we have shown the world the reality of what is happening in Palestine, and the reality of what has happened in Gaza, and the reality of the plight of the Palestinians. And we shouldn't stop fighting for them, because this is something that we need to do. There can be no peace in the Middle East until there is justice, and we need to help bring that justice for the Palestinians. One more thing, June the 4th is coming up, and it's the European elections, so let's make sure we tell the prospective EU politicians that unless you stop giving your policies towards the Zionist Federation and towards the Israeli government, until you stop making treaties with Israel, we will stop voting for you. We need to attack in our forces. We need to be an electorate force, just like the African Americans were in the US elections. Let's get together and say, until you stop giving policies towards us and towards the Palestinians, we will not vote for you and you will not be our representatives. Thank you.
Right, okay, let's take this and go. Well, thank you very much, and I am delighted to be here again to bring greetings from Unison, to bring greetings from our 1.3 million members. Right. I think you heard my solidarity greetings from Unison there. And we're here today to express solidarity with the Palestinian people, and particularly the people of Gaza. At our annual conference next month, we will debate Palestine as we have done every year. And I know that this year we will again intensify our call for free Palestine. Our members were horrified at the events that they saw unfolding in Gaza at the beginning of this year. And this wasn't something that was new to them, but it intensified their view that we need to call for change, and we need to call for freedom for the Palestinian people. Unison is quite clear. We need to see peace in the Middle East. We need to see peace in Israel and Palestine. But that will only come about if we end the occupation and end the oppression of the Palestinian people. I'm delighted to share this platform today with the Palestinian General Federation of Trade Unions. They're very important friends of Unison. It's a friendship that goes back a very long way, and I'm looking forward to listening to the contribution later on. Trade unions have a very important role in building a civil society at times of difficulty, and I know that the PGFTU will play their part in that. Trade unions have a very important role here as well, and we will be working with our other trade union colleagues and friends to build the case for Palestine. It's work that's already well in progress, but we are very committed to carry on this work. We will work with the Trade Union Congress, with the Scottish TUC, the Wales TUC and the Irish Congress, and build the end that we all want, a free Palestine, an end to the occupation. Please express your solidarity. Thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. I'm honoured to be reading this speech on behalf of the Venezuelan ambassador. We demonstrate for a variety of reasons, and one of them is so that we can show the people in Palestine that we are not standing with our government on this issue, and that we are here to send our love to the people of Palestine. The message reads, "On behalf of the Venezuelan people and the government, allow me to send the warmest regards of solidarity and friendship to the Palestinian people in their historical struggle for their right to a free and independent state and for their fight for their human rights. We also support the Palestinian people in their quest to find and bring to justice all the people responsible for the war crimes committed against the inhabitants of Gaza and the West Bank, so that they are charged and condemned for such irresponsible actions. Viva Palestina! Viva Palestina! Viva Palestina! Thank you.
Is illegally annexed and occupied. The Fourth Geneva Convention says the occupying power must provide essential goods and services, but it's not happening. So the city that should be a city of peace has become a city of discrimination. The Jerusalem governor of the Palestinian Authority, Adnan al-Husseini, said this week that there's an Israeli war against the Palestinians and their land in Jerusalem. Palestinians who are native to Jerusalem are facing blatant racism as they face expulsion, as Israeli forces continue demolishing their homes and replacing them with settlers. This is a war, he said, that targets the very existence of Arabs and Palestinians in the city. And we must defend Arab Jerusalem and its holy sites. And the goal of the Israelis is quiet transfer. It's to confine Palestinians to smaller enclaves, to remove them from the city altogether. 35% of Palestinian land has been taken for settlements and road. The rest of the unbuilt upon land is designated open green space, and Palestinians are not allowed to build on this. 93% of municipal Jerusalem is now off limit to Palestinians. A third of all Palestinian housing in the city has been declared illegal, and they have demolition orders against them. Palestinians are even charged for having their homes demolished. They have to pay the cost of the bulldozer. But now the Israeli government has announced a policy of blowing up homes to speed up demolitions, as they can't do them quick enough with bulldozers. Salim Shawamri, whose home has been demolished 4 times, expresses the trauma of house demolition, and he says the demolition of a house is the demolition of a family. Israeli Jews don't need permits for building in Jerusalem. So there's this discrimination in housing, discrimination in facilities, and Palestinians' land is now being taken to make parks in Jerusalem, and Silwan is being demolished to be one of those parks. So Jerusalem, meant to be a holy city, is a city of discrimination. And there can be no holiness in Jerusalem, no peace in Jerusalem without justice. Till the wall's down, until the occupation is over, until Jerusalem stops being a city of discrimination and becomes a city of justice and peace. And until then, we must not be silent. Thank you.